Hi everyone, welcome once again to my channel, Dr. Quesero TV, and to my show for every Saturday, Ask the Cheese Doctor. Today we are going to talk about cheese. If you are, I didn't know that we were live. I thought we were just streaming, and we were only recording. Don't worry. The point is that today the show in Spanish is recorded, so you can watch it in the channel. It's at 9:30. It will be at 9:30. It's 9:08, and this is a show in English. Every Saturday, I'm doing both shows, one in English, one in Spanish. Same content, but the idea is that the English speakers can learn also how to make cheese. And there are no many cheese making influencers around the planet, and one of them, Gavin Weaver, is the other one, and some of them, but the most active ones are Gavin and me and myself, right? So, but anyway, if you want to learn how to make cheese, this is the right place, and this is the and we're gonna teach you all the technique and all these bits and pieces about cheese making. All right. Um, this, as I said, this show is gonna be only in English. If you want to interact with us, you're more than welcome, but you got to do it in English. All right. At the moment, we are 52,175 subscribers. We have grown the rate. We have increased the rate, or the yeah, we have increased the rate. We were before we were growing 200 and something per month. Now we are almost in 400. Thanks to you all. Without you guys, we wouldn't have any show. You can follow us as well in social media, TikTok, Facebook, and now we are in China, in Bilibili. So we also have content in Chinese for the Chinese speakers. All right. Um, well, the videos will be in English over there. We have also new members that are joined the program. Okay, the membership in YouTube is Juan Alberto Chacin in Pilar Restrepo. My name is Dietrich Truxes. I am the cheese doctor, and I speak Spanish, but I also speak English, and I am streaming from Auckland, New Zealand. All right. Also, I want to welcome two more students in the English course because my courses are in English, in Spanish. Now I will be making the course in Chinese and soon in Arabic. Right? Okay. To my new students, Alex Malalu, I reckon he's Tongan, and Cameron Schwartz. Alex, welcome to the course. He joined the English course, the basic course for beginners, right? And Cameron Schwartz joined the coaching program for entrepreneurs, right? Today we're gonna um, sometimes when we are making cheese, we said, "Oh, this is a good niche." And not many people learn how to make cheese. Not many people is making cheese. So what happens is that sometimes when people dominate the art and the technique, they start thinking how to form a cheese business. And the thing is that sometimes they don't know how to start. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. Well, in today's shows, I'm going to teach you, I'm going to give you 10 tips, 10 essential secrets that I'm going to give you to launch your own cheese business. All right. I'm going to give you this is like a streamline that you need to follow. It's a program that you need to follow if you want to form your own business. Tell you what, cheese making is not very known by many people. And you can imagine how lucrative might be if you are intelligent enough. All right. So in today's show, I'm going to teach you all this technique. So I'm going to start with the presentation here. Okay. This is in Spanish. Let me find the English version. Wait. Let me find the English version. I have it here. Alrighty, here it is. Here I have both presentations together. So that's the thing when we are doing things in live like this, right? I hope the audio is fine. But now, as I said, sometimes we don't know how to start. And today I'm going to teach you this 10 essential secrets that you need to know, that you need to consider when you are forming your juice business. All right. And the first one that you need to do is number one, you have to make an investigation. What investigation? You have to market. You have to investigate the market. All right. You have to understand how's your market, what are the cheeses of your area, and the idea, what are the consumer preferences, and identify the niche. All right. What I am referring to about, well, the thing is that you have to the main issue, the main thing is that you have to find a product that has a lot of demand but low competition. We don't do anything. We do nothing if we're gonna sell what everybody else is selling. And I'm gonna put you an example. Let's say that you are in England and we have a lot of cheddar cheese over there. There is no point to sell cheddar in England. Why? Because we have a lot of cheddar cheese over there, and the competition will be massive. So the idea is to find a product that has a certain demand but a low competition, so you can enter. Why? Because when you are starting a business, you are small. You are a small entrepreneur, and we cannot compete with the big companies. For example, here in New Zealand we have Fonterra, and New Zealand is an English ascendant environment. Why? Because when New Zealand was founded, the English came to New Zealand and started their life here, their new life, and they brought all the cheeses, all the customs, everything. See, so in my case, I'm from South America, so there are a lot of cheeses from England here, but not many from South America. And we have a South American colony living here in New Zealand, and that's the idea. I target the New Zealand, the South American colony, which most of them are married with New Zealanders. So in this way I can target both cultures but in a different way. That's the same criteria that you need to use here. Understand your market, which is the people, the so which is the people that is living in your area. Do we have Brazilian? Do we have English people, Canadians, Americans? See, so we have to find out which is the social strata that you have in your area. Okay, and of course, when you start making this investigation, what you have to see, what are the cheeses that are most that people consume most? Do they consume more cheddar? Do they consume camembert or mozzarella? Or maybe if we have a big Brazilian colony like myself, like my case here, we can make cheeses from Brazil. See, so what cheeses are popular? And um, you also have to identify your niche. In what way? Okay, I'm going to make, for example, um, hard cheeses, or I'm going to make Alpine cheeses, cheeses from Switzerland or Dutch cheeses. We need to identify the market. Or maybe we're not going to make cheeses, maybe we're going to make yogurt, all right, which is more or less pretty much the same principle. So that's the idea. In this way, you can make a market investigation and you're not going to go blind when you start your business, all right? The next number two, the second issue that you need to consider is, okay, now you have your niche. You're gonna go, for example, you're gonna target hard cheeses because this is what you want. because you're especially making hard cheeses, or maybe okay, no, I'm gonna go with fresh cheeses, or I'm gonna make yogurt, or I'm gonna make sour cream or cottage cheese, whatever, right? So now my second step, or step number two, or secret number two, is that you have to consider a business plan. You have to have a plan. If you don't have a plan for it, in life, we have to have a plan for everything. And to form a cheese business is not the exception. So we have to build a business plan, right? What is and you can find a lot of templates here in Google and internet. You can find a lot of templates how to make a business plan, and you just need to fill the boxes with the name of the company, with your mission, with your vision, with your objective, and you design this yourself according to your interests, right, and according to your scopes. So once you and in the business plan, you have to consider, as I said before, the mission, the vision, the objective, the analysis of your market. Okay, you have to, which is pretty much what I explained in the last slide, in the slide before, and you also need to you also need to have a financial project. You need to make your projections. Okay. By the way, and I didn't. I'm gonna make a parenthesis here. And if you want to watch any of my videos in YouTube in English, you can also. I'm gonna put it, and I'm gonna put it here. Do you see this box here? In the three dots, there are gonna be three dots here. Once you click on these three dots, when you watch any video of my channel, you can have these thanks here. With these thanks, you can support us by donating $1, 50 cents, anything. This donation will help us to make or to produce a better content and more content for you in English, of course. All right. Well, carry on. So we will appreciate if you make your donations, and you also can donate with super chats or super thanks. All right. It's not compulsory. It's only if you want. All right. If you don't want, I'm gonna give you the same content anyway. Okay. So don't worry about it. No drama. No stress. Okay. Coming back to the subject. Okay. Once you have your business plan, you have to design your financial projection. What do you have to consider over there? All right, you need to make, for example, how much is your cheese going to cost based in direct cost and indirect cost, right? When we are making this projection, we have to know our in saying in this word, we have to know how much is the cheese is gonna cost me. So, and another reason for the business plan is because when we are starting a business, sometimes we want to know when are we going to recover our capital, correct? So, and with the financial projection, we can achieve that. Another reason to have a financial projection is because sometimes we don't have the money to start a business, and we're going to make a partnership with a third party, which might be another person, which might be a relative from our family, might be a bank, and the bank will want to know when he's going to recover his investment. So, and we have to show in numbers how the business is going to develop. Okay, and what are the projections in sales? Where is my bending point? My bending point is the moment when we recover all our investment. So we have to find out, and we have to put this in black and white, because the people that's going to give you the money, or will want to know. And if we are putting our own money, we want to know as well. So it's very important that we have these financial projections, right? And another very important part of the business plan is your plan of operation. Okay, you need to know, people need to know how, and you also need to know how are you going to operate your company. Are you going to have, how's going to be your, for example, if you are going to sell in market, how are you going to transport your cheeses to the clients? How's the delivery? Um, you're gonna sell in a store, and you're gonna have employees. You have to have an operation plan, how to manage with customers, how to deal with them, um, how are you going to measure your process in company. But I'm gonna talk about it in another point. Okay. um, it includes all your operation. How are you going to pay your employees, and all this kind of plan, right? So this is that you have to consider all this when you are making the when you want to form this company, your company, right? Number three, and this is what I was talking about. When you part of the operation is that you have to have regulations and permits. So you need to make a build process, how you're going to get these permits, how you're going to comply with this regulation. These regulations are different from any country, right? So you have to comply with your local state and national regulations. For example, in New Zealand, we use the Commonwealth regulation, which we need to have a verification, and we have to use pasteurized milk compulsorily if we are making cheeses, or we have to pasteurize the milk ourselves, etc., etc. In South American countries, pasteurization is not very important, especially if we are making only if we are making. Sorry. In France, pasteurization is not so compulsory because they're all aged cheeses. But in South American countries, pasteurization, even though is compulsory, people don't comply much about it. But and they sell fresh cheeses without being with unpasteurized milk, which is not allowed according to international standards. So, but anyway, it is what it is, and people get the permits like this. Um, and when we are designing all these protocols to get the permit, you need to apply for it. Where do you apply? Generally, we apply in the local consul, right? And they give you like a certificate that you are compliant with with your um, your hygiene, with your that. In other words, it tells you that you're compliant and that your product is safe for the consumer. Pretty much is this is what you are, what the permit is all about, right? So, and to do that, you need to have what is called a food control plan. The food control plan explains you, tells you all the protocols that you need to put in place that ensure hygiene, and that you comply with all the safety standards regarding to food safety, right? So it's very important that you when you are um, forming this cheese business, of course, when you are going, yeah, commercially already, okay. Sometimes when we are starting, we sell cheese without permits. It's very common because we're very small. So the food control plan and all these permits, and to comply with all these regulations cost money, which you need to put it in your price, and this will be part of your financial projection. You need to include the cost of these regulations, the cost of these permits in your estimate, in your financial estimate, and it will be reflected in the final price. All right. So, and this is very important that you comply with this, and by doing that, you will offer a safe product to your client. The other element or the other secret that you need to comply is that you have to have a good raw material. You have to look for good quality product because this is the secret to get to manufacture a good cheese. If you use rubbish milk, if you use crappy milk, your cheeses will be crap as well. So um, try to get the best quality product, the best rennet, the best cultures, the best bacteria, the best mold, and try to find the best of the best. All right. In this way, if you know how to make cheese, you will get a good cheese. All right, and unique flavor. All right. And and what you need to do to have to consider when you are getting this good cheese, sorry, these good materials, you need to have good relationship with your supplier. You need to build relationships. It won't happen from today till tomorrow. You need to build this relationship, and because as well as the same way that you are looking for a good supplier, the supplier is looking for a good client. So if your client, let's say that you are a bad client, your supplier is not gonna give you all his product because he will prefer a better client because maybe you don't pay on time or you are a problematic person. Okay, so it's good to build relationship with your client. And I have a saying. Um, there's also the main issue, the best let's say the best situation between two client and supplier is to have good faith, to build a good relationship. Is important to have good faith among parties. Okay, always go with good faith. In this is called bona fide. In good faith, if you will start with these premises of good faith between both parties, you will have a relationship because a good relationship with your supplier because they will trust you and you will trust them. All right. So, and in this way, you're gonna start um, building this relationship, which will be reflected in your supply because sometimes maybe your supply, if you want to increase your supply of milk, maybe this supplier can help you out with another supplier and so on, so you can start scaling your business, right? And try to get the milk that you use, get milk from cows, or cows that eat only grass. Try to get the cows that eat only grass. In this way, you will have organic pasture raised milk, which makes a difference because what happened sometimes when we are making cheese, we buy milk from cattle that is fed from concentrate food or silage, grass, and this type of food is reflected in the milk because when you use, for example, silage grass, there may be virus that will, like Clostridium thyrobutylicum, for example, that will affect your cheese, and then when you will have this bacteria into your cheese, and your cheese will blow and like a tire, and then you will be you will be having problems in the future when you are making cheeses, especially if you are making alpine cheeses. All right, so it's very important that you consider this when you are making this cheese. The fifth element that you need to consider when you are making this type of cheeses is the equipment that you're going to use. It's very important that you use the best equipment, all right? And also, but when I'm referring to best equipment and technology, I'm not referring that you need to buy a 5,000 liters vat. You can start from with your own kitchen. The thing is that the pot that you're gonna, let's say that you're gonna start small with one pot, 15 liters, all right? Because you're gonna make, you are small, you're just starting, and you don't have the money to scale your business. Well, but try to get a good pot, not a rubbish, not a Chinese one, not a rubbish one, um, not an aluminum one. Try to find a pot of stainless steel, which is food graded. So try to get the best product, the best equipment. All right. Um, why you have to use this right equipment? For two reasons: because they last longer and it's better quality for your product. Okay, and this good equipment will improve your efficiency when you are making cheese. Once you are um, once you dominate the technique and you are let's say that you are making cheeses. Now you have experience. You can start, and you have experience not only making the cheeses. You have experience dealing with clients. You get the experience in marketing your products, selling, quality control. Once you can dominate all these areas in small, you can start scaling your product, and then you can start investing in a bigger gear, a bigger equipment to scale your business and produce more kilos of cheese for according to the increase of meal that you're gonna have in the future. All right. One key thing that you have to use: forget about using wood when you are making cheese. Timber is not allowed at all, so you cannot use um, timber mold, okay, the timber mold to put the cheese inside. Forget about timber. You need to use plastic or stainless steel. This is the only uh, material that are approved by the international standard. So it's very important that you take that you consider this when you are making your cheeses, because otherwise you're going to have cross contamination problems, and these cross contamination problems will be reflected in loss of in money loss. All right. Okay. The other element, the sixth secret that you need to consider is the development of your product. You need to design your portfolio of product. You have to do that. You have to build the recipes. You have to, because what happened? You might have a recipe of a product. Let's say Gouda cheese, Manchego cheese, Parmesan cheese, but you are working with a 15-liter pot, to put an example, or you are working with a 15,000 liters vat. So you need to start making tests. You have to start testing your gear with your equipment, with the mill that you're using, and this is a calibration process that is normal. That consider when you are making these cheeses. Okay, you have to design your recipe, and also try to experiment, because this is the key when you are designing your portfolio. This is the key to have you to get unique products. All right, and maybe if you are focused in making, for example, camembert cheese, all right, and because you don't have camembert cheese in your area, according to the marketing plan that you, or the market investigation that you did in the way back. All right, try to experiment with different type of um, offer varieties of camembert. To put an example, maybe camembert double cream camembert, camembert with truffles. I mean, the imagination is the limit. So try to innovate and try new flavors and combination. All right, and don't offer too many products, because it's a lot of work. Focus in one product at the beginning, and then maybe two or three, and that's it. Don't make 10, 20 cheeses, because it's a lot of problem, and you might have problem of cross contamination. All right. For example, to put you an example, if you're making mold cheeses, which is cheeses with mold, like camembert, blue cheese, monster, that have bacteria and mold. If you are making these three cheeses at the same time, you might get your camembert contaminated with Brevibacterium lineage or with Penicillium roqueforti. So the idea is to make, if you're making cheese with white mold, okay, make several, all the cheeses with white mold. You can have two or three cheeses with white mold, but don't combine the mold in the same vat because you're going to have problem of cross contamination. All right. So it's very important that you develop your portfolio of cheeses, but um, don't make it too big. Two or three products will be fine, and then after that, if you see that you are working fine, you might increase slowly to another product. Okay, and try to experiment with these different recipes and technique, because this is when we are making art, and innovation is the key. Okay, in this way have you will offer a unique portfolio of product, and clients will come back to you for more. All right. The other element, the seventh element that you need to consider is your branding. Okay, you need to have a brand. And this first element that says create a strong brand. The idea is, I mean, you cannot create a strong brand from the beginning because you are small, correct? So the idea is to start building your brand slowly. So you have to first you have to form a company, open a company in the how do you call it, in this you have to have a certificate of incorporation in the corp of business of your city, right? You form your company according to the regulation of each country, and once you have your company, let's say that your company is cheese making Auckland, or cheese making Canada, or she's making Ottawa, for example. Or if you are South American, you put a name. The name, don't worry about the name. You can put whatever the name you want. And also you have to design a logo. One key, don't spend too much money making your logo. At the beginning, you don't need to have a fancy logo. Just use this software that are here in internet, that you just put the name of your company and they give you the logo. All right. Don't spend money on it because you're just starting your business. If your business fails, okay, you don't lose that much. But if your business succeed, which I'm pretty sure that you will, right? Now you can start scaling, and you can start building your branding and all the colors of your brand, and you can maybe you can start registering your brand and and worldwide, so no one can steal it. No one can steal your name. But this comes slowly once you are growing and understanding the business, right? Um, and the most important thing is you need to let the world that you exist. And one way to do that is through social media. Social media is the most powerful marketing platform. Okay, you can start making, registering your account on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. The most popular ones are now TikTok and Instagram. Okay, Facebook is cool, but of course, and YouTube is that's why I'm here. YouTube is, I reckon, the most important one, right? So you can start um, creating your YouTube channel or your Instagram account with your name. In my case, for example, is at Dr. Quesero, okay, because I started in Spanish and I'm carrying on in Spanish, and the name Dr. Quesero and Cheese Doctor is already registered. So this is my brand. You can start your own brand, like let's say New Zealand cheeses, or let's say Gourmet Cheeses Ltd. Whatever the name that or Cheese Delights or Cheese Bites, the name is what you want, according to your mission, according to your vision, and this is all part of the business plan, right? So use the social media. You have to in this point, you have to also build your website. Try to build a website because when you build a website, you will be exposing all you or showing all your product to the world, and try to make or try to build in your website an e-commerce store. Okay. And if you want to know about a little bit more about how to build a website, I have a platform that does this for you in automation. So you can you just follow and send me an email to drquesero@gmail.com or to sales at drquesero.com, and you will be able to I will show you how to do it. Okay, and you need to buy, of course, you need to buy a software. Okay, which is a monthly payment, and you can build your one website. You can send emails to your clients, and you can start building your audience or your list of clients. And these clients in the future will come back to you to buy more cheeses from you. All right. So it is very important that you have this website, and this website have to have integrated pay away, so you can people clients can pay would be able to pay with the credit card, which is very important. And then once you get the sell, you send it, and you will receive an email, and Mr. Dietrich bought a cheese, 500 grams of cheese. According to your website, you have to advertise all in your website, and then you send it to the client directly, and the client will pay you in advance, including shipping. So you just deliver the cheeses according to your standards, right? And another way to build your brand is letting you people know that you exist, going to local events, for example, going to markets, or maybe if there is if you want to make, for example, a cheese tasting, and you can organize a cheese tasting, sell the tickets online or through social media. People go over there and they will buy the cheese that you make, and then in this way you can start building your brand, and you will let people knowing that you exist, right? Once you have your brand built and you have the people know you, you have to have a plan how to distribute your products and how to sell, right? You can sell online, as I said before. You can sell in a restaurant. You can sell in supermarket, but you have to have all this organized in your business plan. All what I'm telling you here should be part of your business plan, right? So you can also participate in fairs and in tournaments, go to markets, all right? Um, you can sell directly to consumers. One way that I always that I use a lot is sell through Instagram. For example, I start making a cheese, and when I'm making the cheese, I make a post on Instagram, and I say, hey, look how I make it. This is my today's cheese. If you're interested, follow the link, to put an example, right? And you also have to decide how you're going to distribute the product. If you're going to have distributors, if you're going to sell online, if you're going to deliver it yourself, or if you're going to use a third-party service, a courier, for example, to send your cheeses. You need to have all this plan. So in this way, you won't be able you won't improvise. You won't improvise, which is very important when you are making this type of business. All right. So, and the number nine is that you have to grow as a cheesemaker. Okay, you need to get continuous training, to be up to date to the latest trends and technique in cheese making. You have to learn, for example, if the new strain of rennet if a new strain of cultures is on the market and that is giving a different flavor, and what is the best rennet that to use. You need to read about it. If you want to learn how to make other type of cheeses, you need to make courses how to do it. Sometimes if you're selling your cheeses and you don't have knowledge about food safety, you need to grow as a cheesemaker by taking a course um, about food safety. Or maybe you don't sometimes you are the best cheesemaker, but you don't know how to sell. You also need to grow as a person, as an entrepreneur, and you need to learn how to sell. And you need, maybe you might you might be required to learn how to sell online. Maybe you will need it. As myself, I realized that when I was making cheese, okay, my fridge was full of cheese, but no sales. So I had to sell the cheese somehow. So I started studying marketing, internet marketing. Now I sell my cheeses online. So all this stuff and all this knowledge, you will need to have it because it will be useful for your journey when you are building this cheese business. All right. And of course, you can obtain one another way to educate yourself is get certifications and training. And also, when you are try to participate in tournaments. In my case, for example, I have four international awards. So four medals, one gold, two silvers, one and two bronze, I reckon. I don't remember. But I have this award, and this award I put it in my cheese, and it will ease things when we are selling because people will assess. Oh, this cheese has a medal. This cheese doesn't have a medal. Which one I'm gonna buy? Of course, the cheese with medal is more expensive, but that's the idea, right? So so people would say, no, I prefer to buy the good quality product because it's for me, it's for my family, it's for my children, it's for my for myself, and I'm gonna buy the best of the best because it's for me. I'm not gonna resell it. So they buy the more expensive cheese because they have the metal. See? So try to go to this type of tournament, to this type of event, so you will be also known by people and well, you will have worldwide recognition, which is good. For example, why you guys are looking at my show? Because people know me, but they didn't know me before. And my first interaction with all the public was when I won my first gold silver medal in the New Zealand Cheese Award with one of the Venezuelan cheeses called Queso de Mano. Right? I learned how to make it when I came here because I didn't know how to make the cheese, and I'm gonna tell you this story. And once I made the cheese, and I won the medal. People from around the planet, and I put it in Facebook. People from around the planet want to know how to make the cheese, and journalists from Venezuela contacted me to tell my experience, how did I started, about my medal, about the tournament, about the award, which is a silver medal with the queso de mano. So it's very important that you have this education and this recognition and these awards because it will be in benefit of your own of your future business. All right. And lastly, the most important ingredient, the most important secret that you need to know is patience. Okay, you have to have patience and passion. I would say passion is the most important. Why? Because when you are passionate, like me, for example, I come every Saturday here online and do a live show, and I come every Saturday because I love cheese making, and for me it's not a job. And when you do something that you love, it's not a job. It's just and you do, and in addition, you get paid for it. So when you do something that you love, it's not gonna be a job. It's just we just enjoy doing what we're doing, and we get paid for it. So try to do things with passion because when you do things with passion, you innovate. You will innovate, and you will try to make things different from the others. All right, and try to overcome your competition. Okay, and even though it can be a challenging process, because cheese making is a challenging process, we have a lot of waiting time. Okay, if you do things with passion, you will enjoy it pretty much. Okay, and with dedication and passion, you will build your successful cheese business. All right. So if you want to learn more about cheese making, okay, I encourage you to take one of my courses. I have this course, which is a very basic one, right? Cheese making course for beginners is very cheap. you pay it in a monthly payment, in a monthly basis. Okay, we have several levels of membership. Okay, and the lowest is $15 Americans, 1 5 per month. And once you learn, you don't need it anymore, and you can stop it. You don't need to be forever with me in this course. Once you learn the technique, you leave it, and you can carry on yourself. Okay. And if you want, if you're interested, which I encourage you to do it, because you will learn the basic of artisanal cheeses, and you will learn the technique and the millenary technique how to make the cheeses, and all these secrets when you are making cheese and developing your flavors and texture, you will have it over there. Okay, because I'm gonna give it, because I made the course, I designed myself, and I put myself in your shoes, and I made remembrance of the problem that I had when I was making cheese, and I put it in the course. So you won't suffer, because I already was there, and I'm going to be with you, supporting you. You're going to have, according to the membership that you have, you're going to have support from me, um, through email, etc., etc. Okay, and we're going to have recipes as well for the cheese making course, and about 5 recipes that you will do yourself, of course, with our help. Okay, if you want to know more, just click on the QR code, and it will take you directly to the funnel, and you will have everything. All right. Okay. This is all what I wanted to tell you about the cheese making, business. I assure, tell you what, it's very profitable when you start making the cheese, when you start forming a cheese business, and you know how to do it, and you go directly through all these steps. You won't lose money in business. When we are making something in business and we make a mistake, no one's going to tell us, hey, you made a mistake. No, then you will realize yourself that you made a mistake. Why? Because you're losing money. So by watching this presentation, by watching by taking one of our courses, um, you will go directly to the point, and you won't lose money. Which money is, and by not losing money, you won't lose time, or the other way around. Losing time is losing money, because money is time. So it's very important that you go directly where you are going to, so you can, if you want to form your cheese business, you go and do it successfully. Okay. Okay. That's it. Um, if you have any question about this presentation, just comment on the channel, and I will, even though if it is going to be recorded, I won't be able, I will be able to answer yours later on. Okay. Because the thing is that I'm not going to be around now in the live, because it's my birthday. So I'm going to go up north with my family and friends and celebrate my 63 birthday. So, let me, okay, here. Okay. As I said, I'm going to celebrate my 63th birthday, and I feel like 30. But anyway, it is what it is. And if you want to come back next week, remember, I'm here every Saturday, and this program is, or this show is gonna be also in Bilibili. I'm gonna hook it in Bilibili, so people can see it in front. I'm going to caption in Chinese, of course. All right. Thank you, all of you guys, for coming. See you next week, and don't forget that we are here, and spread the voice that we are here. And if people want to learn how to make cheese that don't speak Spanish, they speak English, here's the place to go. Okay. Okay. See you next week.